Here we come. Here come the teams for this 2005 Carnegie World Club Challenge. It's Leeds Rhinos and the Canterbury Bulldogs. We're here at Elland Road. John, it's showtime.
I can hardly hear myself think. Oh, the atmosphere is incredible. It is showtime. Let's get it on.
I mean, let's just have a look. Through the Bulldogs side, we've got potentially the #1 goal kicker in the world on the pitch tonight, Hazem El Masri.
Either code of rugby, any player you can't mention, that guy can kick better than anyone. Johnny Wilkinson, who the hell is he? He's not a patch on Hazem El Magic.
And as you mentioned when we were running through the teams earlier, the walking highlights package that is Sonny Bill Williams.
Oh, what a player that kid is. He's sensational. Absolutely sensational. Keep an eye out for him, folks. The guy's electric.
Sean Hampstead, is the match official? It's going to be the Canterbury Bulldogs to get us underway. It's the Carnegie World Club Challenge 2005. We're just waiting to move a few of the kids away from the pitch side. Leeds in this first half will be attacking the southern end of Elland Road, and we're underway. And Chev Walker has immediately tipped the ball into touch, and it's pressure already with a Canterbury scrum.
That's not the start you want for a season, let alone a single game. That's not the best effort from Chev Walker.
Do you think there'll be any nerves in the Leeds camp?
I'd be surprised if there wasn't, but these kids know that they're a champion team, but then again, so do the doggies.
Bulldogs on the attack with Braith and Astor. Luke Patton in at fullback, decides to go on his own, but there's no way through. Big early test of the Leeds defence. Adam Perry at dummy half finds Roy Asatazi, a Kiwi international. Perry again in at dummy half, finds Sonny Bill, and Sonny Bill has flipped the ball out to Chris Armitt, and Armitt's held up 2 metres short of the line. Perry finds Hughes to Patton onto Grimaldi, and Grimaldi gets Rennie Matua back on the inside. Last tackle for the Bulldogs, and he's knocked on, and it's going to be a turnover, and this is going to be a scrum down.
Oh, listen to that noise that greeted that knock on. It's an elementary mistake from Rennie Matua, but you saw there the danger that Sonny Bill Williams poses.
Super offload, wasn't it?
Oh, it's sensational. There's only one other player I can think of like that, and he's on the bench for Leeds today, and that's Ali Lawatiti.
Gareth Ellis from the base of the scrum. Leeds ball in hand for the first time, and that's a crunching challenge. Duneman finds Danny Ward. Bulldogs quick up off the line. Gareth Ellis is up a bit gingerly there. Duneman finds Ryan Bailey, and Bailey met by Asatazi. Duneman again will scoot from dummy half, looking for a chink in the Rhinos defence, and gets to the 40-metre line. Sinfield now the dummy half finds Maguire, and Maguire slips on a surface that does look a little bare, to be honest.
Particularly in that area of the field, it does look a little slippy, but Duneman started well at dummy half, obviously not used to the role.
Last tackle, ball is in the air and in the direction of Asatazi. Calderwood will just fly hike the ball forward, and Patton undernard, and he's wrapped up by Calderwood.
Yeah, good work all round. Not the best bat down from Chev Walker, but Calderwood reacted quickly, and obviously Luke Patton's paid a lot of money for them gloves. They stuck onto the ball.
That's Trent Cutler on first grade debut tonight, scoots out of dummy half. This is El Masri, and he's met in a strong challenge from Andrew Duneman and Danny Ward. Adam Perry in at dummy half. It's in the hands of Braith and Astor, and Astor kicks to this western touchline looking for the 40-20, and it's batted back infield by Richie Mathers, and Mathers has a bit of a juggle but manages to collect under pressure.
Looked like a dead set knock on to me.
As Marcus Bye flips the ball out to Keith Senior, and Senior runs into Chris Armitt. Duneman the dummy half onto Chris McKenna. He'll have played against the Bulldogs a few times in his Sharks days. Duneman at dummy half switches direction to Danny Ward, and what this Canterbury defence up for the task at the moment.
That's the way they founded their championship the year last year, was on stiff defence, and that looked like a high shot. It's on in back play.
It is on in back play. Jamie Jones Buchanan. It's all on in back play. I can't see who he's in with him. I think it's Willie Tonga and Chev Walker.
That's not a fight I'd want to be in the middle of, to be honest. Willie Tonga is a huge bloke. He's only short, but he's built like a brick outhouse.
Nearly, John, nearly.
I was thinking about it.
And it sparked the Leeds crowd into life again.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, they saw what was happening in back play, and it got them all on their feet. I mean, it looked like starting with handbags, but it kicked off there big time. Jamie Jones-Buchanan right in the thick of things.
And Leeds have got the penalty. Originally, all it was Tonga bought the dummy and tackled Walker. Walker didn't like it, and Jamie Jones was in on the action as Kevin Sinfield finds the eastern touchline. Leeds will start 43 metres away from the Canterbury line with Maguire. Sinfield on to Ryan Bailey. And that's a huge challenge again.
It looked like he had the knees a little high, but the guy was
and that's
a penalty.
Second penalty of the night for the Leeds Rhinos. Referee Sean Hampstead from Australia did a couple of Origin games last season before Phil Gould put the mocker on him a bit.
I thought they'd go for the two there, right in front.
Well, we're just carrying on from last season really, as Duneman misses one and finds Sinfield. Sinfield almost through the challenge of Anasta. Duneman at dummy half finds Danny Ward this year in jumper 15. First chance of the night for the Rhinos in the Canterbury red zone with Gareth Ellis. Ellis finds Maguire. Chance for Leeds, and here's Walker. And Walker scored for the Rhinos. 5 minutes on the clock. We're going upstairs. Sean Hampstead has put the square in the air. Possibility of a shepherd, but this could be dream start for Leeds.
Absolutely no dramas. No dramas whatsoever. I can't see a shepherd anywhere. Nah, no chance. No chance at all. Walker gone on the outside. He's in for 4 points.
I don't know, John. I've seen these not given. Jerry Kershaw is the man in the booth tonight. We will await his decision.
When the ball goes that far behind the man, I mean, you can't call that a shepherd. Hey, see our wife of mine.
And here's the decision. Try! Kevin Sinfield to attempt to tag on the extras. He was Super League's leading point scorer last season. He's about 10 metres in on the eastern side. Ball's on its way. Flags are up. Just short of 7 minutes on my watch here at Elland Road. The Carnegie World Club Challenge 2005. Leeds Rhinos 6, Canterbury Bulldogs 0.
Perfect start. Perfect start. Exploited the indiscipline. Thought they might have gone for two, but it wasn't a particularly boggy part of the pitch. A part of the pitch that was very short of grass. Spread it wide, and Walker on the outside took great advantage.
And Jamie and Jones Buchanan taking Braithen Astor's kick in the in goal. Keith Senior finds Marcus Bye just over the 20. Not the best player of the ball, but here's Ryan Bailey. And that's a super tackle from the Dogs.
Ferocious. Like I say, this is what they're renowned for. He's just not conceding points.
As Danny Ward gets to just short of the 30-metre line. Duneman will scoot from dummy half. Only one marker. Sinfield just couldn't flip the ball out to Gareth Ellis. Somebody was in late. Crowd didn't like it. It's going to be play on as Maguire puts the kick on the ground. And Al Masri. Al Masri almost through the challenge of Marcus Bye.
Oh, it's an important challenge from Bye. It looked like it was going to fall kindly for Keith Senior. It took a wicked leg break and sat up like a tin soldier for Hazem Al Masri. But Bye was alert to the situation.
As Roy Asatasi takes the ball in for the Dogs. They're just over halfway. Perry is the dummy half. Finds Hughes. And Hughes into Matua. Great challenge. Sorry, that was Roy Asatasi. Here's Braithen Astor. And Astor finds Sonny Bill. And that's a super offload from Sonny Bill in the direction of Willie Tonga. Leeds have got to be careful about that.
Jeez, that kid's good.
And Astor finds Corey Hughes. Grimaldi, ex of the Hull FC club, gets back into midfield. Canterbury, last tackle, 15 metres from the Leeds line. It's with Anasta. Dogs looking to run. Dogs still looking to run. And that ball has gone to no one. and Marcus Barr drops on it, and that's going to be play on.
It's going to be zero tackle as well, I think. But yes, the danger is there. Sonny Bill Williams has already made his presence felt. I can't speak highly enough of the kid.
As Richard Mathers goes down in the challenge of Grimaldi. Duneman in at dummy half, up the short side to Keith Senior. Willie Tonga is limping on this side of the field as it's with Maguire into Danny Ward. Duneman again in at dummy half onto Sinfield, and Sinfield kicks over the head of Luke Patton. Mark Calderwood charging up the western touchline. Oh, and that's a mistake from Patton. Chance from Mark Calderwood. Does he get the badge? Yes! Second try of the night for Leeds Rhinos. A horrendous error from the Canterbury fullback Luke Patton, and Mark Calderwood is Johnny on the spot. Second try of the night. 10 minutes on the clock.
Well, what about that? You could see what was going through Patton's mind. Stop the 40-20. I didn't think it was anywhere near a 40-20, but he's trying to keep the ball in play, and he's taken an awful bounce. It skipped away from him, and Mark Calderwood's pace, well, if they didn't know about it before, they know about it now.
And it's Kevin Sinfield to try and tag on the extras for the Rhinos. He's just to the right hand side of the post, and flags are up. 11 minutes on the clock. Dream start for the Rhinos. It's the Carnegie World Club Challenge 2005. Leeds Rhinos 12, Canterbury Bulldogs 0.
Well, Christmas was what? 6 weeks ago? Mark Calderwood won't get a better present than that one.
As Braithen Astor starts again, kicks deep. This is a chance of going out, and Mathers just fields on the dead ball line to Jamie Jones Buchanan, and he's met on the 10-metre line. Keith Senior is in at dummy half, goes up towards the eastern side of the ground and cuts back in field, struggling to put the Great Britain international onto the ground. Mathers, the dummy half, finds Gareth Ellis. Ellis upended about 25 metres from the Rhinos line. Duneman cuts up the short side to Danny Ward. Duneman again coming up the short side with McKenna, and McKenna almost gets through, but Adam Perry is there to save the day on halfway. Last tackle, it's with Richie Mathers to Danny Maguire, and we're going high and airborne, and Maguire puts everybody on side. It's hit the back of Gareth Ellis and fallen into the hands of Rennie Matua. Perry finds Tony Grimaldi. Grimaldi upended just over halfway. Perry again in at dummy half. Finds Chris Armitt. Shout of a cry of forward from my fellow commentator in the background. It's with Braithen Astor. And Astor to Willie Tonga. Scored twice here in the Tri-Nations final, but just seemed to go to ground under the challenge of Walker. It's with Anasta on to Luke Patton. Patton running cross field. Patton's flipped a super ball out to Rennie Matua. Numbers here, and that's super work on defence. Jamal Alisi, it's still going, it's back. Super football from the Dogs. It's with Patton, and Patton is eventually met by Chris McKenna. Last tackle, Perry finds Anasta. Anasta to Sonny Bill. Sonny Bill is held up just short, and Sonny Bill's lost the ball. It's going to be a knock on, and we'll come back to the 10.
Oh, super play from the Doggies there. That's shown what the danger they are. They will keep this ball alive. They will throw it about. They have ball handlers in every position. Willie Tong has been a real threat down this side. Sonny Bill Williams, it doesn't matter where he is. He's a threat from anywhere. Credit the Leeds defence for keeping him out.
Walker runs into Anasta and Trent Cutler. On the western side of the ground, Duneman finds Sinfield. Just a shade disorganised there, the Rhinos. Duneman at dummy half finds Gareth Ellis, and Ellis dumps a super ball. Duneman, no options, and he's lost a couple of metres after the offload. Mathers in at dummy half finds McKenna, and McKenna will run straight into the Doggies' defence. Last tackle, Danny Maguire at dummy half finds Andrew Duneman, and Duneman will go high again. This seems to be a recurring tactic, and Trent Cutler fields in midfield, and he's been munched by Danny Ward.
Well, why not try the debutant out? It's a sensible tactic, and it's a good kick there from Andrew Duneman. Maybe didn't quite have enough distance on it, but yeah, a good idea to test out the youngster.
Movement on the Leeds bench. Barry McDermott is preparing to come on as the Dogs in the hands of Roy Asatazi. Perry gets into dummy half, finds Sonny Bill, and Sonny Bill is almost through, and Sonny Bill's got the ball out to Perry. Referee Hampstead rules he wasn't tackled. Last tackle for the Dogs, 12 metres from the Leeds line. It's with Anasta, and Anasta put the kick in the direction of Marcus Bai, and that's a super take, and Marcus Bai has got Richie Mathers on his inside. Mathers had men on the inside, but super play from the Papuan superstar.
Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Soared like a salmon, trying to find his spawning grounds, but I think Richie Mathers was looking for Maguire on his outside, the real speedster, just couldn't find him.
First change on the field. Barry McDermott is on for Danny Ward, and here is the testimonial man, and McDermott runs into Tony Grimaldi, and Barry McDermott almost breaks through. Quick play the ball to Duneman up the eastern side of the ground with Jamie Jones. Last tackle for Leeds. Duneman finds Danny Maguire, and Maguire goes high and cross field in the direction of Walker, and Walker has lost it, and it's in the hands of Willie Tonga.
Oh, decent kick. Gave the wide men chances, but good work from Willie Tonga. Read it well.
Perry gets into dummy half and finds the Lebanese international Hazem El Masri, and he's put down just short of the 20-metre line. Perry again at dummy half finds Asatazi on 2. Rennie Matua, and here's Grimaldi out of dummy half, tries to run over Maguire. Last tackle for the Dogs. It's in the hands of Anasta, and Anasta kicks downfield into space. Good kick from the standoff, but it's skipping away and runs over the northern touchline. Will come back out to the 20.
Yeah, okay, he split the defence, but it was going end over end, a lot of top on it, and it just skipped away behind the dead ball line, and that's a cheap turnover, really.
Sinfield from the tap looked to be taken a little high. Duneman gets in at dummy half, finds Gareth Ellis. Leeds looking to make their second change of the night. Duneman finds Ryan Bailey. It's been flipped back out to Duneman into the hands of Ellis, but nowhere for the loose forward to go, and it's going on again in bite play. Leeds just want to get on with it. Duneman scoots from dummy half. Chance here for Leeds. Finds Senior back on the inside. Keith Senior's only got Patton to beat, and that's a super covering tackle from the Dogs fullback. Instead of playing the biff, Leeds just got on with it. Marcus Bai into Danny Maguire. Maguire kicks cross field, and it's too deep, and it's been taken in the field of play by Trent Cutler, and will come back out to the 20.
It was on in back play there, and Leeds completely ignored it. Canterbury had committed more men to the fight than Leeds had. Why not spread it? And Senior was almost away, but not the best of kicks from Danny Maguire at the end of that piece. And it's a let-off for the Doggies, I think.
As Canterbury look to make their first change of the night, it's Ben Shislowski who is prowling the touchline, as Hazem El Masri scoots from dummy half but gets no change from Ali Lawatiti. We think Chris McKenna is the man who's come off. We're not sure. It is Jamie Jones. As the Dogs look to attack from deep, it's in the hands of the dangerous Sonny Bill, and that's a super ball to Willie Tonga. Tonga's got options on the inside, and that's a super tackle from Richard Mathers. Quick play the ball. Corey Hughes looks to attack from dummy half, gets the ball back inside to Sonny Bill. Sonny Bill puts a little kick in, and it's going to go over the dead ball line, but referee Hampstead's going to call it for a penalty.
Richie Mathers had got hold of Sonny Bill without the ball. Definite penalty, but what a one-on-one hit from Richie Mathers. If there's a better fullback in the game, I don't want to know about it.
Ball is with Tony Grimaldi, and he's met by Senior and Lavatiti. He's got it out though to Patton. Patton Chance for the Dogs with El Masri. Cuts back in field. El Masri! And Hazem El Masri has gone in for the Canterbury Bulldogs. We're going to go upstairs and have a look at the screen. Didn't really see it over here, John, did we? We're going to check out what's going on.
My initial thought was no try. I don't think he's got a chance of getting that down. It's a difficult angle there because of the graphics on the screen, but no, that's a try. TIY.
And El Masri on his way. And the flags are up. This guy holds a world record for consecutive kicks until it was broken by Barry Eaton. 21 minutes on the clock here at Elland Road, the Carnegie World Club Challenge 2005. It's the Leeds Rhinos 12, the Canterbury Bulldogs 6.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter where they score him. It can be out wide, it can be right in front. That guy will kick him all night.
As Kevin Sinfield gets his back underway. And it's with the substitute, Ben Shislowski, another player on first grade debut tonight. Adam Perry in at dummy half. Finds Jamal. It's Roy Asatazi. Hughes back on the inside to Sonny Bill. Danger every time Sonny Bill gets the ball.
Well, he carries the ball in one hand. It's like Lawatiti, but 10 years younger.
As Hughes into dummy half. Last tackle, it's in the hands of Anasta. And there's a bit more afters going on in back play with Asatazi and Bailey, but Richie Mathers fields the ball on his own goal line. And he's thumped to the ground by Tony Grimaldi. Ooh, crunchy. And Marcus Bye finds Keith Senior. That's the second pass we've seen Marcus give so far this year.
That's 2 more than he made last year.
Maguire at dummy half. Finds Ali Lawatiti. His first touch of the evening gets to just short of the 30. Doonerman the dummy half. Finds McKenna. McKenna dummy to Sinfield, and he's met by a crunchy from Rennie Matua. Doonerman in at dummy half. Finds Barry McDermott. And McDermott runs through the first challenge and flips the super ball out to Maguire, and Maguire's in the clear. Danny Maguire, he's got Marcus Bye and he's outside. Marcus Bye, he's dumbing him. Maguire for the corner. Try for the Rhinos. Danny Maguire, and it's exciting, very best. Leads it straight back. 23 minutes on the clock, and it's Danny Maguire.
How good is he? Oh!
And don't forget, he was a doubt all week.
Yeah, if he's got an injury, would someone pull my groin there, but that's probably not the right phrase. Well, there's no doubt about a try.
Referee Hampstead has gone upstairs to the video referee. Yep, it's close, but...
Second viewing, yeah, has that foot gone over the dead ball line? Is it on terra firma? I think it might have done. We'll have a look to see what Jerry Kershaw says.
Decision on its way. Try given! Third try of the night for the Rhinos. While Kevin Sinfield's lining the kick up. Movement on the Leeds bench. Rob Burrows making his way onto the field. Ryan Bailey is the man who's come off. As Sinfield from the eastern goal line. Kicks on its way, and it's been waved away by the touch judges. The Carnegie World Club Challenge 2005. 25 minutes on my watch. It's the Leeds Rhinos 16, the Canterbury Bulldogs 6.
Yeah, I think you'll see Ali Lawatiti move into the front row now, and Rob Burrow play his normal game, really.
Do you think Andrew Doonerman will go to standoff and Sinfield to 13 and Ellison to 12, so to speak, as Barry McDermott charges away from the northern goal line, and whoever he's run into, he's not got up, and referee's called time off.
It's a head injury. He's got his technique totally wrong.
And it's Tony Grimaldi.
one of the best defenders in Super League when he was over here with Gateshead and Hull, and he's absolutely sparko.
Richie Mathers then giving encouragement out to the Leeds players. And while we've got this short breaking play, we'd just like to welcome all the viewers on Channel 9 in Australia who are taking these pictures tonight. Andrew Voss, Matthew Johns and Peter Sterling back in the studio in Sydney. Tony Grimaldi is in Cuckoo Land, and they're going to have to take him off, but they can't make the change while they're on defence.
Well, they'll be down to 12 for this set, but Grimaldi got his technique totally wrong. He went in with the head all at the wrong angle, and he's been absolutely whammoed by Barry McDermott's shoulder. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but Tony Grimaldi's going to feel that in the morning. And here comes Big Willie.
Adam Bryson has come on for Grimaldi. They've sneaked him on, you know. The Bulldogs, they shouldn't really have made that change. Rob Burrow now operating at dummy half. He will go on his own and tries to get under the challenge of Sonny Bill. Just over the 40-metre line. Leeds crowd screaming for a penalty as Willie Porchin makes his way onto the pitch for Chris McKenna. Fifth tackle, we're just short of halfway. It's in the hands of Sinfield. Sinfield puts the kick into the corner. Is there any backspin on the ball? There is. Is it? Oh, and it's just beaten Calderwood over the dead ball line.
Yeah, good idea, good kick. Tony Grimaldi walking off the field. He's staggering around like Bambi on ice.
And it's with the substitute, Shizlowski. Perry in at dummy half, finds Asatazi. A lot of these Canterbury players have got the gloves on tonight, John.
Well, it's a bit colder than an Australian summer, a Leeds winter.
And Sonny Bill flips a super ball out, and referee Hampstead has ruled a knock on. We're going to pack a scrum down just short of halfway.
Oh, Sonny Bill looks a bit. Oh, it went forward. It went forward without a doubt. Good call.
Referee Hampstead last year unlucky to miss out on the NRL Grand Final, which eventually went to the Queenslander Tim Manderbuck. I like the boy so far.
Well, we've both seen a fair bit of NRL football, and I've got no worries about Sean Hampstead. I'd have been worried if it was Shane Hayne.
As Sinfield from the base of the scrum finds Chev Walker, and he runs into Willie Tonga, and Rennie Matua is in there late, and there's some afters going on again as Gareth Ellis almost finds the gap. Oh, and he's flipped the ball out, and unfortunately it's handed in the hands of Hazem El Masri.
Yeah, it's boiling up a bit, isn't it? Yeah, bring back the biff, I say.
And that's Canterbury on halfway with Brighton. Perry finds Corey Hughes, and nowhere for the scrum half to go. Normally operates at hooker during the regular NRL season in cooperation with Perry, but regular scrum half Ben Sherwin isn't over here, and that's a huge hit from Willie Porchin on Willie Tonga as Porchin gets over the 40-metre line. Doonerman in at dummy half, up the short side to Rob Burrow, and Burrow's been hit by Willie Tonga with the shoulder.
That's a big shoulder into a small man.
It's in the hands of Sinfield. Here's Richie Mathers. Mathers running cross-field, but almost flipped the ball back to Gareth Ellis, who will sneak into dummy half. Change for the Rhinos. Barry McDermott comes off, and Danny Ward makes his way back onto the field. We're 10 minutes or so away from half-time. Doonerman in at dummy half. Last tackle. Maguire puts the little kick over for Mark Calderwood, and he's just not got the bounce, and Luke Patton manages to get back into the field of play.
Yeah, lovely play all around there, but it's a little worry for Leeds here. 5 substitutes already in the first half. Still 10 minutes to go.
Sonny Bill gets over the 10-metre line. El Masri getting into midfield. I nearly said El Magic then, which is his common nickname. That's Rennie Matua. Hughes finds Anasta, and Anasta kicking early in the tackle count, looking for the 40-20. Canterbury chase isn't the best. There's a few players blowing out there, especially Sonny Bill, as Calderwood looks to get round the outside of Cutler. Nowhere for the winger to go. Burrow in at dummy half finds Chev Walker, who seems to have been to the barbers with Jamie Jones.
Yeah, I think there's a few been to the same haircutters. Yeah, it was a bit of a lackadaisical chase there from Canterbury, which is unusual because they're normally a side that are in your face, and that's a definite penalty. The man had never released the man playing the ball.
It was Nate Mize who was called by referee Hampstead. As Kevin Sinfield kicks to the western side of the ground, just over halfway. Rob Burrow gets us restarted to Andrew Doonerman, and Doonerman gets poaching back on the inside, and it looked a little high from Bertha Nasta. Ball's come loose, that should be play on, and it's Danny Ward, and Danny Ward gets to the 30-metre line. Burrow in at dummy half will scoot, and Burrow no way through. Adam Perry. Doonerman at dummy half finds Sinfield onto Maguire, and Maguire had Gareth Ellis coming back on the inside but tried to dance his way through the Bulldogs defence. Richie Mathers in at dummy half finds Lauatiti. Ali Lauatiti tries to get the arms free, and he will play the ball just inside the Canterbury 20 to Gareth Ellis. Ellis straightens up and flips the ball back to Mathers, and it's recovered by Andrew Doonerman. Doonerman straightens up and looks for a gap, but there's no way through. Nate Miles, last tackle for the Rhinos. It's with Kevin Sinfield, and Sinfield looks to run the ball with Mathers, and Mathers' kick has hit Willie Tonga, and Willie Tonga has recovered the ball, and this is going to be all on as Cutler scoots out of dummy half.
Yeah, there was no danger of Willie Tonga having played at that football. It's play on.
Patton from dummy half finds Nate Miles, and he's dumped to the ground on the 40-metre line by Andrew Doonerman. This is Perry out of dummy half. Not used to playing this length of time, is he?
No, he's normally off after 20, and your man Corey Hughes will come on and replace him, and they'll swap about that. We give them 20 minutes each here and there. And I wonder how that'll affect him.
Last tackle for the Bulldogs, a little disorganised. Corey Hughes failed, and it's back in the hands of El Masri, and El Masri puts the kick more or less straight into the hands of Richard Mathers, and Mathers tries to return with interest, but he's wrapped up by Jamal Alisi and El Masri. Maguire finds Marcus Bai, and Bai only knows one direction, and that's straight at the Bulldogs defence. Lauatiti gets just over halfway. Doonerman, the dummy half, finds Danny Ward. Doonerman again in at dummy half finds Sinfield to Rob Burrow, and Rob Burrow finds Walker, and Walker's got the arms free, and he's flipped a super ball out to Mark Calderwood. Calderwood's put a little kick in, and Willie Porchin's gone in for the Rhinos. Super kick from Mark Calderwood, and Willie Porchin goes in for the fourth Rhinos try of the night. 32 minutes on the clock. It's the Rhinos 20, the Bulldogs 6.
Well, it looked for all the ends of the earth that Chev Walker had been totally wrapped up, and a lovely Matthew Gidley style flick out the back door found Mark Calderwood in space, and as the defence came across, a little fly hack, and Willie Porcher, well, he stood up like a tin soldier for him, didn't he? Got that wrong.
The PA announcer here at Elland Road has just given the try scorer out as Danny Ward, but bet your bottom dollar on it, it's number 16, Willie Porchin.
Super try.
And the public address man has just corrected himself, much to the amusement of the mass ranks of blue and amber here.
Well, it's a popular score. It's a popular figure down at Headingley, Big Willie. And, well, what can you say? That was just super play. I mean, Walker found Calderwood on the outside with a lovely reverse ball and a nice kick, well weighted. And Big Willie, Johnny on the spot.
And how tough is Tony Grimaldi? He's about to come back on.
The guy's a dead set Iron Man. He was Sparko 5 minutes ago.
Sinfield with the kick. It doesn't look good. It's been waved away. It's gone over the front of the post. We are about 6 minutes away from half time. It's the Carnegie World Club Championship 2005. It's the Rhinos 20, the Canterbury Bulldogs 6. I mean, we were saying about Leeds making 5 changes, so have the Bulldogs.
Well, yeah, but they've made like 3 in the last 2 minutes. I just get a bit worried when the side makes so many changes so early in a game.
What price a short kick-off here from El Masri? Ball's going to bounce along the floor in the direction of Duneman and look to knock on. And he's given it. He's got the shout from upstairs.
No way. It came off his chest. That's a bad call.
We'll look to see on the screen as we await our colleagues from Sky Sports to show the replay. And they're not doing. We'll pack a scrum down about 15 metres from the Leeds line. Russ, the cameraman, also concurs with us. It wasn't a knock on. It's in the hands of Willie Tonga, and Tonga wrapped up by Lawatiti. Bulldogs 11 metres from the Leeds line. Oliver in at dummy half. Oh, that's a huge hit on Nate Miles. Gareth Ellis.
He's a tackling machine. Anything that moved in an Aussie or Kiwi jumper last winter got hit. But I tell you what,
Hughes hits a little high, and here is Tonga again. And Leeds gang tackle the Australian centre to the ground, and that's a penalty. Referee must have shouted held, and he's flung him to the ground.
Must have done. But Willie Tonga, he's a beast.
Canterbury looking to get on with the game with Corey Hughes, and they're 5 metres from the Leeds line. Oliver gets Sonny Bill back on the inside. Oliver again, the dummy half, finds Hughes onto Grimaldi. Grimaldi finds Patton, gets Lalisi back on the inside, flip back to Grimaldi, and Danny Maguire, Johnny on the spot, he's still going, and Danny Maguire made 2 tackles there.
Knock on.
It's with Bridson. Bridson into Miles, couldn't get the ball away. Oliver, the dummy half, into Hughes, onto Shislowski. It's back to Hughes, into the hands of Sonny Bell, and Sonny Bell is wrapped up by Mark Calderwood. Last tackle for the Bulldogs. Oliver at dummy half, into Luke Patton, and Luke Patton kicks crossfield in the direction of El Masri, but it's down the throat of Marcus Bai, and Bai cuts in field and looks to straight up, and he's taken high by Nate Miles, and he's messing about in the play of the ball. Duneman, the dummy half, finds Danny Ward.
How hard do these hits have to be before it penalises him? That was a shocker.
Ball's flipped out anyway. Sinfield finds Maguire. 4 minutes away from half time. Lawatiti in at dummy half as the band strike up. They're somewhere up in the east stand. I know that. We can't see them tonight though.
We've got no chance.
As the rest of the ground comes to life, Sinfield dummies, looks to get back inside. He's flipped the ball out. That's dangerous, and that's been recovered by Duneman, and there's going to be a knock on in here somewhere. And
The first one's against Canterbury.
Sonny Bill and Andrew Duneman contested the football. Touch judge on this side's giving it to Leeds, which is Tony Martin. Clint Sherrod on the far side has made no decision. As we await the call from referee Hampstead, both touches are under the impression it's a Leeds ball. Rob Burrow's got the ball in his hands. It is a Leeds ball. Scrum down on the 40. Burrow from the base of the scrum will scoot and finds Maguire. And Maguire tries to get round Rennie Matua, who sneaked out into the centres. Burrow finds Chev Walker, and Walker runs back at Willie Tonga and gets through him. And Sonny Bill sticks the shoulder in.
It's a good contest that between Walker and Tonga.
Maguire finds Willie Porchin, and Porchin gets just over halfway. Another try before half time would be nice, as Duneman finds Danny Ward, who gets over the 40. Duneman again at dummy half, finds Kevin Sinfield. Sinfield finds Lawatiti, flips the ball to Sinfield, to Maguire, to Richie Mathers. Mathers finds Gareth Ellis, to Senior. Marcus Bai back on the inside. Marcus Bai for the line. Rob Burrow, and Leeds are in again just before half time. Champagne football from the Rhinos, and Rob Burrow's the beneficiary. We're 2 minutes away from half time. It's the Rhinos 24, the Bulldogs 6.
What about that? Oh, they would not let that football die. Russ, the cameraman's on his feet. He's applauding. That's sensational. Oh, how many passes involved in that?
I don't know. I'm trying to watch the screen and count them. Senior's ball to By was fantastic, and Marcus By just flipped the ball inside to Rob Burrow.
I tell you what, the little man's come in for a bit of attention today. They've really tried to monster him. I think they've highlighted that as a weakness. No one's told him that guy's tough as teak, and he's on the end of, well, the only words I can use are champagne football.
Kevin Sinfield on the black dot. This should be a nailed on 2 points.
Already written it down.
Had Sinfield from in front of the post, flags are up. We're about 90 seconds away from half time. It's the 2005 Carnegie World Club Challenge. It's the Leeds Rhinos 26, the Canterbury Bulldogs 6.
And it's a long road back for the doggies now.
They look out on the feet as they're walking back.
I can't understand it. I mean, they've got some of the best players in the world in their positions. I mean, Sonny Bill, Willie Tonga, Braithen Astor, all great players. And, well, I still say a 20-point lead's not enough, but that went backwards from Willie Porchin. But is he going to get out? He is.
Super work from Willie Porchin, just gets out of the in-goal area. There's only 24 seconds left, as Duneman will just die from dummy half. Leeds will surely just run the clock down here with Chev Walker. And Walker gets out of the challenge of Adam Brighton, and he's wrapped up by Nate Miles and Tony Grimaldi. We're in the last 10 seconds of the first half. Walker will play the ball, and it's in the hands of Richie Mathers. And that's the end of the first half. 2005 Carnegie World Club Challenge. Your half-time score, Leeds Rhinos 26, Canterbury Bulldogs 6. John, your thoughts on the first half, please?
How does wow sound? Absolutely superb. Canterbury haven't come here to roll over. Leeds have had to play them, and they've played the perfect game. They've played the perfect game to meet that stiff defence, that fast line. They've hit them hard, they've hit them on the flanks. Brilliant.
So we're at half time. Leeds 26, Canterbury 6. We'll be back with you in a moment with the second half. Welcome back for the second half of the Carnegie World Club Challenge 2005. The Rhinos 20 points to the good at half time, 26-6 their lead. I've just about managed to calm down, John.
I haven't. I never would have thought it. The Bulldogs, they're a super side, they're a champion side, and they've proved it year on year. I don't think any team's gone in against them at half time. 20 points to the good.
The last time I remember the Bulldogs got a good belting was from the Sydney Roosters in the NRL last season. I can't remember. I think it finished 35-0. And that was just a super entertainment. We managed to catch the game over here courtesy of Sky Sports. Leeds are keeping the Bulldogs waiting here at the moment. Can't see any changes to the Bulldogs side that left at half time. As Brian McDermott makes his way back out into the Leeds dugout. Talking to Bradley Clyde, who had a season at Leeds in 2001. Fond memories of Brad at Leeds?
When he played, yeah, his class was obvious, but he just wasn't fit very often. And how about that from Ronnie?
Ronnie's the daddy of all mascots, and we know that.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. What do you reckon then, mate?
We'll win.
Are we going to win the second half? Or?
I just want to win the football game. Just having a quick scan around the crowd at half time. It is also good to see some shirts from other clubs here tonight. Spotted a couple of Wigan shirts. I haven't seen any Bradford ones though.
Well, we've been in the bars before the game, you might have noticed. And there's been Lee, there's been Widnes, there's been Salford, there's been everybody. Warrington even. Even Huddersfield, and they've got no fans.
We're underway second half here at Elland Road, and it's in the hands of Ben Shislowski. Adam Oliver is in at dummy half. And that's Sonny Bill, and Sonny Bill's been met by a super challenge from Danny Ward. Oliver again in at dummy half. And we've just been informed by the PA there has been no change at half time. This is Sonny Bill. Tried to get the arms free, and the Bulldogs are on the 40 metre line, and they're going to be putting boot to ball. And it's Hughes who puts the kick down in the direction of Marcus Bye. He'll field under his own goalpost about 5 metres from his line and runs straight at Tony Grimaldi, who went off with what looked like a terrible injury in the first half.
He's either brave or a lunatic. Difficult ball there for Marcus Bye to take though. He's bobbling around a bit, but he did it well, and Grimaldi, good chase, wrapped him up.
As Lauatiti runs through Adam Brighton and he's pulled down just short of the 40 metre line, and the Bulldogs messing about in the play of ball, and referee Hampstead awards the penalty.
I've no complaints with Hampstead so far. Yourself?
He's been really good as Sean Hampstead. I wish we could swap him for Russell Smith. He's going down under for 8 weeks at the end of the month, and I'd like Sean to stay, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. He's one of the best down under. I don't think they'll let him go, to be honest, as long as we don't get Shane Hayne.
As Sinfield takes the ball in, so just short of the 30 metre line. Duneman at dummy half finds Rob Burrow on to Willie Porchin, and Porchin looking to get outside of Rennie Matua. Walker the dummy half into Danny Ward. Sonny Bill tried to put the shoulder in on Ward. Duneman to Rob Burrow. Danny Maguire finds Gareth Ellis to Senior.
It's well read by Hazem El Masri,
who'd come in off his wing to take down Senior. Marcus Bye has put the football down, and this is going to be play on and a 0 tackle.
Yeah, good challenge, Jamal Alesi. Jarred the ball free from Marcus Bye's grasp, but if he'd got that ball away, it was TOI time.
Canterbury on their own 20. Oliver in at dummy half finds Ben Shislowski, and he's been hit hugely by Danny Ward.
Stuck the shoulder in, didn't miss.
Oliver in at dummy half finds Hughes to Sonny Bill, and that's a super ball from Sonny Bill into Jamal Aloisi, and there's been a tip on the ball. This is going to be all on for the Doggies.
What a ball that was. That's worth the entrance fee on its own.
Bulldogs through Hughes onto Grimaldi. No options for Grimaldi, and he's met by Ward and Ellis, but he's flipped it back out, and it's in the hands of Jamal Aloisi. Aloisi flips the ball back to Hazem El Masri, and he's going down a blind alley, and he's been wrapped up by Danny Maguire just short of the 20. Adam Brighton is in at dummy half. Finds Brett Oliver, and Oliver looking for a chink in the Rhinos defence, but Lauatiti is there to cover him up. Grimaldi in at dummy half finds, will go on his own, looked for Hughes and gets it back on the inside to Nate Miles. Bulldogs inside the Rhinos 10. Oliver at dummy half finds Hughes. Hughes finds Randy Matua, and the ball from Matua only lands in the hands of Mark Calderwood.
For a split second I thought it was away. You give him an inch, he'll take a foot, and what's more, you've not got a leg to stand on.
And Sonny Bill Williams all over Rob Burrow. Crowd screaming for a penalty. Walker goes from dummy half, gets away from Sonny Bill, but he's met by Nate Miles, who looked to go in with the forearm. Duneman in at dummy half finds Kevin Sinfield, and Sinfield wrapped up by Grimaldi and forced back to the 30 metre line.
Yeah, they look to have upped their defensive effort so far the second half. Early days yet, can they keep it up?
Duneman scoots from dummy half. This is last tackle. Rob Burrow finds the skipper Kevin Sinfield, and Sinfield will try and turn Luke Patton. Needs a bit of backspin, doesn't get it, and it rolls over the northern goal line and will come back for a 20 metre restart.
Yeah, nowhere near as much munch as he would have wanted on that one. Didn't bite when it hit the turf and just skipped away.
As Oliver plays the ball and finds Ben Shislowski.
But for all it wasn't the best of kicks, they're playing the game in the areas of the field that Leeds want to be playing the football game in, and that's in the Canterbury half.
As Jamal Lacey tries to get away from Danny Maguire and doesn't. Maguire had his foot trapped by Lacey. Nothing he could do about it really. As Adam Brighton is met by Lauatiti. We're just short of halfway. Oliver will scoot from dummy half, not got much support, and he's wrapped up easily by Keith Senior. Grimaldi, the dummy half, one out football from the Dogs at the moment, but gets Hughes back on the inside. A super ball to Oliver, and this is Luke Patton, and this is going to be the Dogs over for the first try of the second half. Just over 5 minutes on the clock, and that's super play from the Canterbury Bulldogs.
Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Oh, it was away before you even blinked. That's such crisp passing, such crisp handling, and that's going to give the Doggies heart. They looked out on their feet at half time, but that's going to put some fresh adrenaline into tired legs.
Brett Oliver and Corey Hughes involved in the build-up, and it was Luke Patton there to steam over untouched.
Since Brett Oliver came on the field, I think he's added an extra dimension. He's looked really good to me. Just a young lad, first grade debut. I think he's done pretty well.
And it's going to be the golden boot of Hazem El Masri on the black dot to tag on the extras. Flags are up. It's the Carnegie World Club Challenge 2005. We're 6 minutes into the second half. It's the Leeds Rhinos 26, the Canterbury Bulldogs 12.
Well, if Leeds thought that they were away and clear with 20-point lead at half time, that should shake them out of their stupor. That's a wake-up call. Can't take your foot off the gas against these boys. They're too good.
Nice to see Matt Diskin running on with a kicking tee. Of course, he's out of action until May, maybe June. He's a big loss to the Rhinos, but it's good to see him still involved with the squad.
It's good to see him running for a start. A knee reconstruction normally takes quite a long time to get over.
As Kevin Sinfield puts the ball deep and finds Hughes, and it's in the hands of Ben Shislowski, and he's met by Danny Ward and Gareth Ellison, dumped into the ground. Oliver at dummy half. This is Nate Miles, and another big hit from the Rhinos defence. Oliver. Oh, and it's super defence, that time Willie Porchin.
It's ferocious stuff at the moment.
Here's the skipper, Grimaldi. And Ellison Senior there this time to wrap up the loose forward. Oliver in at dummy half. Finds Hughes. And Hughes puts the little kick in. Looking for Lacey. And the bounce has nearly beaten Richie Mathers. And Marcus Bye is there to clean up.
Not the most confident of clearances, but Bye did well to get there. The thing that strikes me most about this game so far is Tony Grimaldi. He was absolutely sparko first half. What's he doing still playing?
As Duneman finds Danny Ward. Met by a big challenge from Ben Shislowski. Duneman again in at dummy half. Finds Willie Porchin. Dogs line defence showing a bit of speed, and he's popped the ball out to Rob Burrow, and Burrow flashes the dummy and finds Mark Calderwood. Calderwood with a chance up the touchline. Ball's flung inside. It's going to land in the hands of Sinfield, and this is going to be play on. Referee Hampstead screaming at the Dogs to get onside. It's in the hands of Willie Porchin as he crosses halfway. Gets through the initial challenge of Sonny Bill, but he's wrapped up on the far side by Rennie Matua. Rhinos make a change. Ryan Bailey coming on for Ali Lauatiti. Last tackle as Sinfield puts a huge kick up, and it's turned Patton, and Patton's let the football bounce. It's a challenge. It's batted back by Mathers. Maguire, it's still last, and he's popped the ball out to Ellis. Still going. Marcus Bye, and Marcus Bye's kick has just gone straight over the northern cut touchline, and he was under intense pressure from Jamal Lacey.
Looked a nasty one from Lacey. Not that Marcus Bye's going to complain.
I think Lacey, to be fair to him, was committed.
Yeah, probably. But like I say, you won't see Marcus. Oh, what a hit that was! Gareth Ellis. Anything that's moved in blue and white, he smashed it tonight.
And it's Ellis involved in the tackle again. Luke Patton in at dummy half, and he will go, and he's found a gap. Luke Patton has got round Richie Mathers, he's got round Calderwood, and that's the skipper Kevin Sinfield there to save the day. Quick play the ball, it's in the hands of Oliver, Oliver to the Lacey, and Mark Calderwood. That's a huge hit on Sonny Bill.
Ouchie!
Ball's on the ground. Bulldogs look at each other. It's back with Patton, and Patton sneaked through. On the balls ended up in the hands of Richie Mathers somehow. And that's play on and a let off for the Rhinos.
That was a good tackle from Richie Mathers. He just got his arms round Luke Patton's arms as he was trying to release the football. It caused Luke Patton to drop it, and the quickest to react was Mathers himself. Great work from the young fullback.
Andrew Duneman gets in at dummy half, finds Ryan Bailey, and Bailey's been taken high, and I think it's Jamal Lacey. It is it's not Jamal Lacey, it's Rennie Matua.
I'm amazed it's taken 50 minutes for him to pull a head-high tackle, because there were some shockers in that first half.
Bulldogs looking to make a change. It's Roy Asatasi who is prowling the western touchline, as Kevin Sinfield will kick the ball into touch. He's trying to show to all the Leeds players to get back on side. Sinfield with the kick towards us here on the western side. Good kick from Sinfield. Leeds will start about 38 metres from the Canterbury line. Maguire dummies and finds Senior back on the short side. Maguire again in at dummy half. This time it is to Danny Ward, and he gets the Rhinos into the Bulldogs red zone. Change on the field for the Rhinos. Jamie Jones Buchanan has come on for Andrew Duneman. Bailey finds Jamie Jones, and good leg strength from the second rower. Gets to the 10 metre line. Gareth Ellis is the dummy half. Finds Sinfield, and Sinfield will attack the line himself, and that's another. That looked a little high actually from Adam Bridson.
That was alright, that was just fierce.
Ellis will straighten up. Oh, he had the arms free but just didn't have the support. Jamie Jones in at dummy half. Finds Danny Maguire. Maguire with the little chip through, aiming for the post. Missed by Patton, and that's Mathers! Richie Mathers has scored for the Rhinos! 12 minutes on the clock in the second half, and the Rhinos are over.
Good hit back. Good hit back. Intense pressure on the doggies line. A lovely kick. Seemed to wrong foot Luke Patton. It was bouncing this way and that. Totally bamboozled him like a Shane Warne leg break. And Richie Mathers quickest to react. Say why.
And it's going to be the skipper Kevin Sinfield, more or less level with the right hand post, to try and tag on the extras. And here's Sinfield. No dramas, flags are up. We've had 13 minutes of the second half here at Elland Road, the Carnegie World Club Challenge 2005. And it's the Leeds Rhinos 32, the Canterbury Bulldogs 12.
Anywhere back for the Dogs? I don't think so.
It's the fork out yet?
Not yet. They're too good a side to write off. But a 20-point margin with half an hour to go against a defence that's as determined as the Leeds defence has been tonight, I think they've been outstanding. And deserved lead.
As El Masri's kick-off fielded by Mathers and into the hands of Gareth Ellis. Rob Burrow gets in at dummy half and gets Willie Porchin. Porchin bounces at Brett Oliver off. Rob Burrow from dummy half finds Danny Ward, and that's a good hit over the top, and the Bulldogs looking to mess about in the play of the ball. That was Nate Miles, and Ryan Bailey gets to just short of halfway. As Burrow finds Maguire, and Maguire kicks into the northwestern corner, and this is going to stop, and Bye's going to have to. El Masri tries to get round Marcus Bye. Oh, he's let the ball go. Block! Jamie Jones is there. What was Hazem El Masri thinking of? Jamie Jones, Buchanan, Johnny on the spot. Rhinos are in for 2 in a minute.
What was he thinking? I mean, there's obviously a man back there, but he was never going to get the ball away. Surely safety first, run it over the touching goal. Oh, that's just criminal. That's the easiest 4 points Jamie Jones Buchanan will ever score in his life.
Super kick from Danny Maguire to hold it up in the in goal. Great chase from Marcus Bye and Keith Senior.
Wonderful kick, wonderful chase.
It's going to be Kevin Sinfield to attempt to tag the extras. Russ, the cameraman's having a little dance. He's ecstatic. Sinfield to tag the extras on. That's perfect. Flags are up. 15 minutes into the second half. The Carnegie World Club Challenge 2005. It's the Leeds Rhinos 38, the Canterbury Bulldogs 12.
The fat lady's warming up now. I think it's too big a gap. But, I really rate Hazem El Masri. He's a lovely bloke as well, but dearie me today. That's awful.
Barry McDermott's back on the field as he runs the kick-off back. And this is going to be a penalty. Hampstead's given the penalty to the Bulldogs for not playing the ball correctly.
He's got it spot on as well. Barry McDermott made no effort to get to his feet.
Asatasi finds Nate Miles. Pressure on the Leeds line, chance for the Bulldogs. Oliver at dummy half finds Hughes. Hughes gets Patton on the loop. Patton inside to Luesi, and Luesi almost gets through the challenge of Ryan Bailey.
Scrambling defence is terrific at the moment.
Oliver at dummy half, up the short side to Hughes, to El Masri. El Masri has scored for the Bulldogs. They're in at the corner and they've hit straight back. Blindside move involving Corey Hughes, and Hazem El Masri gets in for his second try of the night.
Yeah, bit of a soft try from Leeds' point of view, but Hazem El Masri are turning from his early era. There didn't look to be an awful lot of room down there, but he's squeezed over somehow. And the fat lady's just gone back inside.
El Masri on the western side of the ground, about 1 metre in from touch. And here is El Masri. This has got a chance. And it's been waved away across the front of the post. That's a rare sight you've just seen. Hazem El Masri missing a goal kick. Anyway, it's the Carnegie World Club Championship 2005. It's Leeds Rhinos 38, the Canterbury Bulldogs 16.
Tony Grimaldi's been in Sean Hampstead's ear all the way through that goal kick, and he's been in his ear again as they're lining up. And a change here for Leeds as Chris McKenna returns in place of Gareth Ellis, who I think's had a wow of a game.
Sinfield kicks off, ball hits the ground, fielded by Hughes, and it's in the hands of Roy Asatazi. Asatazi gets back to the 20-metre line and looked to slip the ball out. Adam Perry's back on, and that's Brett Oliver. Perry again into the hands of Nate Miles, and that's Sonny Bill, and Sonny Bill's got the ball away. I think it was Rennie Matua. Canterbury looking dangerous with Oliver, Grimaldi, and there's a Shepherd, and referee's not giving it. That was a dead set Shepherd as Grimaldi goes across field and he's wrapped up.
It's one of the more blatant ones you'd ever wish to see. But while Sonny Bill is on the field, they're never out of it. But then again, is that Sonny Bill down in back play?
Russ, the cameraman, informs that it is Sonny Bill back in back play. It's with Oliver, who's looked a live wire since he's come on. Puts the kick in into the hands of Marcus Bai, and Marcus Bai almost escapes the clutches of Jamal O'Lacey. Nate Miles was in late on the challenge. Danny Maguire finds Barry McDermott. McDermott this time plays the ball almost correctly. And here's Ryan Perry, and he has been absolutely smashed by Sonny Bill.
That's a Sonny Bill trademark. That's going to hurt in the morning. Both of them, probably.
As Porchin pops the ball out to Sinfield, to Maguire, and Maguire has escaped the clutches. Maguire still going, finds Senior. Chance for Senior, flips it back in. Oh! And Sonny Bill's just done it again. How big was that?
I felt that, and I'm in pain. Big, big pain.
Marcus Bai's just had a bit of a stagger after he gets back to his feet. Danny Maguire with the kick. It's fielded by Trent Cutler, and Cutler's met by Barry McDermott.
And Barry McDermott says to Sonny Bill Williams, if you can do it, so can I. I've been playing this game far longer than you have, sunshine.
Hughes in at dummy half, and it's in the hands of Willie Tonga, and he's been wrapped up by Chev Walker. That's fantastic from Sonny Bill as Nate Miles takes the ball to halfway.
It's taking all the wind out of my lungs. I'm exhausted after those two hits. They were huge. I mean, they measured on the Richter scale. Good effort from the defence.
And that's good play from El Masri, flipped inside to Loesi, and Loesi's got away from Maguire, and Loesi's going to go in at the corner. It's the 4th Bulldogs try of the night. This game isn't over. It was Tony Grimaldi with a kick, battered inside by Hazem El Masri, and Jamal Loesi just had too much for Danny Maguire.
Yeah, Maguire had a couple of handfuls of shirt, but Loesi managed to step away from him as Maguire was trying to drag him out of the field of play. But it's good pressure on the kick. Ironically, if there wasn't that much pressure on the kick, he probably wouldn't have gone anywhere near Jamal Loesi. In fact, I think it might have gone out on the full.
And it's going to be Hazem El Masri, more or less from the same place as last time. And El Masri with the kick, and it's coming round, but this one's gone the other side of the post. 62 minutes on my watch. We're at Elland Road for the Carnegie World Club Championship 2005. It's the Leeds Rhinos 38, the Canterbury Bulldogs 20.
Still should be too much of a gap in 18 minutes, sorry. They're going to have to go a point a minute to win, to even square it. I just don't see it happening.
I hope those words don't come back to haunt you, John, as Kevin Sinfield kicks the ball downfield, and it's Hughes who's under it and finds Asatazi. Leeds just can't take the foot off the gas, can they?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They've got to play the game down at this end of the field. They've got to play it, make the Bulldogs turn the football over on Leeds' terms, not the Bulldogs' terms.
As Nate Miles gets over the 30. Perry at dummy half. Looks to find Sonny Bill. Luke Patton in at dummy half. Good quick play the ball from Canterbury. And it's in the hands of Asatazi. Leeds defence looked a little stretched. Oh, and he's flipped it out to Oliver. Chance for the Bulldogs back inside. And it's with Perry and he's still going. Loesi. And that's Richie Mathers there to pull down the centre. Last tackle for the Dogs. It's with Oliver. Oliver kicks crossfield in the direction of Chev Walker. And that's a super take from Chev Walker. Leeds will look to get on with it, but we're playing under international rules tonight.
Oh, that's rubbish.
It's international rules and it's got to be on the referee's whistle. Mark Calderwood goes from the 20. Look to find Walker, but he's gone more crossfield than forwards.
Hampster's getting the bird, and I'm inclined to. Oh dear me! It's no time to audition for PT Barnum.
Rob Burrow in at dummy half. Leeds just need to reorganise a little bit here, and it's with Richie Mathers.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They just need to calm it down, play the sets of 6, do the tackling, do the work, and get up the other end of the field with a good kick. They're in control of this game.
Chris McKenna almost finding Jamie Jones. It's in the hands of Maguire. Oh, and Barry McDermott's put it down.
He wasn't expecting it. Wasn't expecting it at all.
Lack of communication from Maguire and McDermott there.
Definitely. It looked like McDermott thought he was on a dummy run, and all of a sudden he finds a ball in front of him and he just hasn't got enough time to react.
So we'll pack a scrum down 45 metres from the Leeds line. Leeds make a change, try to make a change, they can't make it a scrum. Referee rules, the ball goes backwards from Hughes, and it's in the hands of Willie Tonga. Sinfield and Walker in on the challenge. Oliver in at dummy half. Here is Sonny Bill. Danger here for Leeds, and Sonny Bill has just been called down by Chev Walker. Bulldogs on the attack again with Oliver. Oliver running crossfield, and he's wrapped up by Jamie Jones. Dangerous times for the Rhinos. Perry, the dummy half, finds Grimaldi, finds Patton. Loesi into the hands of El Masri, who's on a hat-trick, and nowhere for the winger to go. Loesi in at dummy half, finds Corey Hughes into Oliver, who's had a definite influence on this game since his arrival on the pitch. And that Canterbury last tackle are just short of the line. They're screaming for the ball western side. They've gone east with Oliver. Asatasi has not got the ball down.
No way.
And it's no try. It's last tackle. Oh no, Hampstead's given a penalty for offside. Bulldogs will get another set. It's with Oliver. It's with Chris Armitt. pressure on the Rhinos line.
He's trying to square things up. Richard Mathers did brilliantly there, and there was never an infringement.
Hughes, they've got the numbers. Loesi back inside. Oh, that's a super tackle from McKenna.
What a hit that is! That's a dead set try saver.
Oliver into Nate Miles. Leeds defence all over the place. If this ball goes to the eastern side, Leeds are in big trouble. Oliver will take the line on. When maybe the pass, he's got it out. He's got it out again, and that's Grimaldi. The skipper, Tony Grimaldi, goes over for the Canterbury Bulldogs. 14 minutes left at Elland Road. It's game on now.
It was never a penalty to give him that set, but what wonderful football from both sides. Well, the defence from Leeds was up to the task, but all of a sudden the ball popped out and Grimaldi found open pasture in front of him and he strolled over the line. But I cannot understand what Hampshire gave that penalty for. Oh, shocking decision.
The first ball from Oliver was good. Didn't quite catch who got the second ball. It was Oliver with the first pass. There was another pass before the ball ended up in the hands of Grimaldi. It's game on anyway. We've got 13 minutes left on my watch as Hazem El Masri lines the kick. Canterbury have made a change on the field. Ben Shislowski has come back on. And coming off is Nate Miles in jumper 16. El Masri with the kick. Flags are up. It's a 12-point ball game as the Rhinos make changes 10 and 11. Lauatiti and Ward coming back on for McDermott and Willie Porchin.
Yeah, nervous times now. Leeds need something, maybe a one-pointer.
Yep, 13 points is a good gap.
Absolutely. I bet Steve was screaming for it just away to our right here.
Tony Smith's just sat to our right. He still does look calm as Kevin Sinfield gets his back underway. And it's going to be fielded on the goal line by Corey Hughes, and he finds Shislowski.
Oh, big hit again, and he's dropped the ball.
He's lost the ball. Ball's come out.
Nice.
Oh, and he's given. And that touch judge is Clint Sherrod, who coincidentally is an Australian.
Is he from Canterbury?
I don't know.
Maybe Bankstown, Homebush.
Dogs now looking to get back in the game as the phantom ball comes right across the field as Chris Armitt gets to just over halfway. Adam Perry in at dummy half finds Asatazi. Hughes again in at dummy half. Finds Perry, patting round the back, and he's wrapped up by Rob Burrow. Bulldogs on the charge again with Sonny Bill. And Sonny Bill is held by Burrow and he can't get the ball away. Perry in at dummy half into Oliver, who's had a big influence on this second half. Grimaldi flips the ball back to Oliver and he's wrapped up by Chris McKenna. Last tackle for the Dogs. They're just outside the 20. It's with Hughes. Hughes puts the kick back in field and Mark Calderwood under no pressure fields just in front of his goal line, and Calderwood looks for a gap and Grimaldi's pitched the ball one-on-one. Tony Grimaldi, and the Dogs are just short of the line. Penalty. And referee Amsted's given a penalty. How can he give a penalty?
He's given a penalty for ball stealing.
That was super play from the Dogs skipper Tony Grimaldi.
Oh, he's played a captain's innings today. It was Sparko in the first half. What's he doing?
Dogs look to get on with it. With Hughes to Asatasi, who's outside. Asatasi. El Masri at dummy half looks to go himself. We saw him score one like that in the NRL Grand Final last year. Leeds defence under intense pressure. Asatasi, the dummy half, finds Corey Hughes. Hughes has no options, finds Perry, and Perry almost finds the gap. This is a huge test for the Leeds defence. They need to hold out. Hughes into Sonny Bill.
And yes, that's what we want.
We think that's Willie Tonga. Oliver with the long ball out to Tonga. Tonga to Loesi, and Jamal Loesi has gone in the corner. Referee Hampstead awards the try. Oh, this is game on now. 8 minutes left on the clock. It's Leeds Rhinos 36, Canterbury Bulldogs 30.
38-30. Kick to come, of course. Oh dear me. Surely Leeds can't throw it away from the position they found themselves in at half-time, from the position they found themselves in just 20 minutes ago. Surely they can't throw it away from here. Big kick, this.
It is a big kick, and it's the third kick he's had from this area. The nerves are starting for me. What about you?
They started about an hour ago, mate.
I've been all right up to now, just like the grand final.
The grand final we looked an awful lot more comfortable. We didn't give Bradford an inch. We're trying to play Canterbury in their area of the field, but they're just too good. They just keep breaking away. Bradford just aren't as good a team as Canterbury. As simple as that.
This is a massive kick for Hazem El Masri. He's on the western side of the ground. He's about a metre in from touch. He's had 2 goals at this already. Leeds crowd.
Third time lucky.
Hopefully not, John. As El Masri kicks on its way. And it's going to be waved. Oh, and he's kicked it. Oh, it's game on now. It's a 6-point ball game. We've got about 7 minutes left here at Elland Road. Carnegie World Club Championship 2005. It's the Leeds Rhinos 38, the Canterbury Bulldogs 32.
Not sure I can take this. Oh, listen to the crowd. They're supporting their hometown heroes home here.
Sinfield gets us back underway. Fielded in the end goal by Corey Hughes. It's with Shislowski and Danny Ward. What a hit!
What a hit! It's one mistake's going to win this or lose this from here. Who's it going to be?
Grimaldi goes from dummy half and he's wrapped up by Ward and Senior. Oliver gets in at dummy half, finds Asatasi. Crowd spring to life all of a sudden.
Oh, it's deafening! I can't hear you, mate!
And here's danger. Sonny Bill is wrapped up on the 40-metre line. Hughes in at dummy half, finds Loloesi, and Danny Ward's there to wrap him up.
Tell you what, Danny Ward's put himself about this set.
Last tackle for the Dogs. Good pressure from Ryan Bailey. Kick is downfield, and Marcus Bye is going to field on his goal line. Richie Mathers is screaming at him to go upfield and straight, and he runs straight into Ben Shislowski.
Yeah, finds the biggest fella he can run into and smashes him out of the way.
Senior runs crossfield, wrapped up on the 20 by Sonny Bill and Brett Oliver. One out football from the Rhinos at the moment. Chev Walker.
Drive it downfield and have a pop for the Wanner. Penalty!
And that is exactly what the Rhinos needed.
About time as well. They've been messing about all night and he's given nothing, Sean Hampstead. Finally, when it counts, he's come up with a penalty.
As Kevin Sinfield finds the eastern touchline just over halfway. 5 minutes 18 seconds left on the clock. It's with Danny Ward, and Danny Ward almost breaks through the first line of defence. Rob Burrow on to Ryan Bailey. Bailey to Maguire, and Maguire tries to sidestep Grimaldi, but the Bulldog skipper hangs on for dear life. Rob Burrow in at dummy half finds McKenna, and McKenna will hang on. Inside the Leeds red zone. John screaming for the 1 point. We're going into midfield with Ryan Bailey. And Bailey has had the ball nicked by Sonny Bill Williams. And he's going to call a knock on against Sonny Bill.
No way! That's rubbish and it's on!
It's on! We've got it!
Ben Shislowski! That's a heavyweight contest!
Sonny Bill and Ryan Bailey.
Ben Shislowski.
Ben Shislowski. Sonny Bill was mixing in there as well. Both took
one of them. I wouldn't want to get involved. Well, I can't believe he's given that a knock on. It was a dead set reef 2-on-1, and it should be penalty Leeds and 2 points to win the game.
Bulldogs make a change. Referee Hampstead calls time off. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left on the clock. I think we're going to still go for the scrum. Just giving the attendance out. It's a World Club Championship record in England. 37,028. Scrum down on the 20-metre line. Bit of messing about. Bailey and Shislowski are messing about on the far side of the scrum. Hampstead calls time off again. Maguire Gets the ball in. Oh, and it's come out the wrong way. And he's going to pack the scrum down again. Scrum wheeled round. We're going to take this again.
Oh, I thought Leeds had won it there. They put a big shove on, and Cieslowski and Bailey are at it again.
Ball's out now with Buchanan into the hands of Mathers. And Richie Mathers is taken down. John screaming for the 1 point. Senior finds Jamie Jones Buchanan. Is it Danny Maguire time? Grand final style.
Danny Ward time. Get the one or other.
Leeds running into midfield. With Maguire, Leeds have got numbers. Oh, and Danny Maguire kept hold. He's popped the ball back to Rob Burrow. And Burrow is wrapped up.
Drive it in.
Richie Mathers, the dummy half, finds Gareth Ellis. And Ellis! Rob Burrow finds Sinfield. Sinfield with the field goal. And he's kicked it! Just under 3 minutes left. Is that the field goal that will win the 2005 Carnegie World Club Championship? It's the skipper, Kevin Sinfield. We're under the 3 minute mark here at Elland Road. It's Leeds Rhinos 39, the Canterbury Bulldogs 32. Tony Smith just passed behind us. He's given us a little cheeky smile and a wink.
He's got a smile as wide as Christmas Day.
Is that the ball game?
I never make predictions and I never will. But yes, I think it is.
And the Dogs will go for the short kickoff. And it's fielded easily by Richie Mathers on the eastern side of the ground. And Mathers almost through.
He's had a brilliant game. He's got to be candidate for man of the match. But there's about 30 of them out there.
Jamie Jones Buchanan taken down just over the 40. And the Bulldogs don't need to be messing about in the play of the ball. Sinfield finds Gareth Ellis. And Gareth Ellis is taken by Brett Oliver. Good quick play of the ball from Ellis to Rob Burrow. Rob Burrow still going. That'll do.
I've been mightily impressed with Brett Oliver. For a complete unknown, he's had a really good game.
Sinfield finds Maguire. Maguire is held just short of the 40-metre line. Last tackle for the Rhinos. It's in the hands of Sinfield over the sideline. He goes for, and that's the perfect kick.
Perfect indeed. Corey Hughes wanted to mix it with Danny Maguire in back play. Hazem El-Masri is screaming at the forwards to get formed up, but there's nobody in any rush there.
Ryan Bailey and Sonny Bill having an exchange of views on the pitch.
Oh, well, Sonny Bill, he's a champion footballer. He don't want to be on the losing side, and he doesn't deserve to be on the losing side. He's an awesome player. Him and Brett Oliver have been the driving force behind this team, this Bulldogs team tonight.
And there's been punches thrown in the scrum. We're going to go back for it again. It was Rennie Matua who was throwing him about.
Yeah, and it's Rob Burrow who's firing them back. That's a brave man.
This football game's over. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. Canterbury aren't going to score twice. And the Bulldogs looking to attack from deep with Trent Cutler. John's going to keep an eye on the clock, and that's a super tackle from Mark Calderwood. And it's all on again. Let's play football, boys. And this is going to blow up. And Sonny Bills is having words with Mark Calderwood. Countdown up from the crowd. Oh, and it's going off. Sonny Bill Williams and Ray Bailey. And here we go. Final Hooch's got in the background. But it's all on the field. Leeds Rhinos, World Club Champions 2005.
Rolf Harris, can you hear me? Kylie Minogue, Ian Thorpe, Jason Donovan, your boys took one hell of a beating.
That's the end of the ball game. What a fantastic game of rugby league.
Oh, that's a ripper. And if that's how you start 2005, bring on the next 11 months.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the presentations. The man of the match in tonight's Carnegie World Club Challenge will be presented with his memento by Bradley Clyde, who played for both Canterbury Bulldogs and Leeds Rhinos. Tonight's Carnegie man of the match, chosen by members of the media, is Leeds Rhinos number 6, Danny Maguire.
Every
So I'm no status quo fan, but I could get used to this record.
I'm getting used to it myself now.
If it means we're winning trophies, I could get very used to it.
It's a big trophy, isn't it?
Oh, it's a lovely trophy. That's a proper rugby league trophy. You can wear the lid as a hat and everything. Oh, look at that.
We should be drinking that, not spraying it about.
What a waste. I need a drink as well now.
There'll be a few beers supped in Leeds tonight.
They will by me, I don't know about the rest of you. But remember, drink responsibly, kids.
I can't believe it. And Nick Scruton's here again to do the war chant. This is memories of Old Trafford again.
Oh, it's brilliant. We are the winning Rhinos.
The super winning Rhinos.